Today, we are going to learn about the structure of the C program. You might be feeling that we had also covered the C language before itself. So once again, we are starting from the introduction and the structure of C because we always strive for the students, for our subscribers to provide the good and the quality content. And we always strive for your good learning and for your future. So don't feel bad. We are starting from again the introduction. Here is the only introduction in the structure of the C program with a small example program. So okay, let's start. Firstly, the introduction. So the C programming is a language, a programming language which is developed by the legendary Dennis Ritchie between the years 1969 to 1973 at the AT&T Bell Labs. The C was fundamentally designed to write the Unix operating system. It was designed fundamentally to write the Unix operating systems, while the C is called the mother of all languages because most modern high-level languages like the C++, Java, C hash, and Python borrow heavily from its syntax, code structure, and logical philosophies. If you master the C language, the learning of any other programming language becomes an absolute piece of cake for you. Let's start with its core characteristics. It is of the robust and efficient one because the C provides a vast collection of built-in functions and operators, enabling highly efficient program execution. The middle-level language, it beautifully bridges the gap between low-level assembly or the machine codes and high-level languages. It supports direct manipulation of hardware via pointers while maintaining user-friendly abstraction. Next, here comes the highly portable. A C program written on one machine can be compiled and executed on another machine with little to no modifications. The structure and modular. The programs can be broken down into smaller, manageable, independent chunks called the functions. This makes the debugging, testing, and maintenance incredibly smooth. Next, here comes the structure of the C program in detail. Okay, let's start. Every C program follows a strict architectural blueprint. To write the bug-free code, you must perfectly understand each section of this structural hierarchy because if you know the structure of any of the programming language, it makes you easier to understand and to write the code in easy manner. Okay, so now we are going to start the structure of the C program. See, here we have provided a tabular thing which states the C program structural blueprints. The first one is of the documentation section. Here the comments are explained detail of the program. The link or preprocessor statement. These are used for the header files. See, the comment lines are the two types, single line and multi-line. The link or preprocessor section. See here the header files inclusions like the hash include stdio.h. Stdio stands for standard input output. .h is the header file extension. Next there comes the definition section. It is the macro declaration like hash define pi 3.14. The pi stands for the pi. In mathematics, we all know that there is the pi function. Its value is 3.14 or 22/7. For declaration, we use this definition section. Next, there comes the global declaration. The declaration of the variables are of two types. So let's start with the global declaration section. In the global declaration section, the variables and the functions are declared globally. That means within the entire program we can use anywhere. Next, there comes the main function section. It is the mandatory execution of the entry point into the program. Next, there comes the subprograms or user-defined functions. These are the custom blocks written by the developers. Next, the meaning. Let's start with the meanings. The documentation section. This section consists of the comments containing the program name, author details, and its core purpose. Comments are ignored by the compiler. We use the / for single comments or / and asterisk symbol for the multi-line comments. Next, the link or preprocessors. Next, the link or preprocessor section. This tells the compiler to link essential system libraries or the header files before compiling the code. For instance, the hash include stdio.h instructs the compiler to pull in standard input-output functions. like printf and scanf. Next, there comes the definition section. Here we declare the symbolic constants using the preprocessor directives. For instance, writing hash defined max 100, which replaces every occurrence of the max with 100 throughout compilation. Next, there comes a global declaration section. It means the variables that need to be accessed across multiple functions are declared here outside of any specific function block. The function prototypes declarations are also placed here. Next, there comes the main function section. Every single C program must have exactly one main function. Execution begins right at the opening brace of the main and terminates at the closing brace. It typically contains two subparts: the declaration part, the variables used, and the execution part, the statements or the logics. Next, there comes the subprograms or the user-defined functions. These are the customized blocks of code created to perform specific tasks called explicitly from the main function or other functions. Next, here comes a basic example program, the explanation for the structure of the C program. Let's look at a concrete practical example where we label each structural thing. So let's start. So you can clearly see here, the first one is a documentation section. We said it contains the author name, purpose, all the things. These are the multi-line comment lines. The link or preprocessor section, hash into stdio.h, definition section, the macro definitions. See, these are the data type we had used. These are the global declaration, the function prototypes. Next, we are using the int main. Is the main function section, entry point. So you can clearly see these are the local variables which are declared. These are the statements we are calling user-defined functions. See, we are calling, these are the multi-line, single-line comments. You can clearly see the compiler does not shows or does not compiles these things, the comment lines. And clearly see here, as we use the int main, here the main function, so we are writing here the return 0. Okay, you can clearly see everything. And the quick summary notes, the C is a case sensitive. It is the main and main are entirely different things. Both main are entirely different things. Think you have understood. Every executable statement in C must strictly end with a semicolon, which acts as a statement terminator. The execution of code always starts from the main function, no matter where it is placed in the file. Okay, thank you. That's all for today.